Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our viewers and listeners around the world. My name is Brother Nathan Vicente from the local congregation of Buena Park, and I'm joined with
Sister Jaden Carlos from the local congregation of Anaheim.
And today we have another exciting career spotlight broadcast. So basically, if you haven't tuned into one of these broadcasts before, we spotlight a certain brother or sister, and they talk about their career. They talk about their day-to-day schedule, their different responsibilities that they carry out as their job. So today we have a very special guest. We have Sister.
Hi, I'm Sister Anna Quintos from the local congregation of Garden Grove.
Thank you so much for being with us today, Sister Anna. So I believe we have some pictures we can start off with to showcase Sister Anna. We could cue that up.
And while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and ask Sister Anna, can you please explain your career to us? What exactly is it that you do?
Yes. Okay. So I am an environmental engineer at a consulting firm which specializes in air quality and stormwater compliance.
Wow, that sounds like
That sounds so.
that's interesting, but it's like we don't know anything about it. But that's why we're here today. We're here to talk about that and learn more about you and your career.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a really interesting talk today. All right, I see we have our slides up. Thank you. Let's go ahead and start with the first one. There's a beautiful picture of her. So where are you here? Where are you here in this image, Sister Anna?
Yeah, so this is in Irvine. So my company is actually fully remote, but we're based in Irvine. We do work all over Southern California, Northern California, mostly just California because there's so many environmental regulations here in this state.
I see.
Yeah.
So this is like your main office kind of thing, or where you go?
Yeah, well, we're fully remote. So I'm a work from home
Oh, you work
engineer.
from home. Okay,
Yes.
so that's what that
Yeah.
means for anyone wondering.
I see.
But then, so how often do you come to this building specifically?
That was just for the photo
Oh, for the
shoot for
photo
our
shoot.
company, but usually we will go and do a work day at like a coffee shop or at my boss's house in Irvine.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
So it sounds like what you had described your job to be, environmental engineer. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you go around testing different parts of the environment. Does that require you to like go to different locations, like different sites, test out different? You mind expanding more?
Yes. Okay. So as an engineer, I go out into the field every few months or so. My work is mostly done on the computer. So lots of spreadsheets, lots of reports, a lot of databases. And what I do specifically is pretty much calculate the air pollution that's coming from an organization or a business. And then we report that to the state. And we also tell our clients how they can be compliant with all of the laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And it's also cool because, when you think of the word engineer, I feel like a lot of people get the idea of more of like an architect where people
Yeah.
are like building things. But
Yeah.
there are different kinds of engineers. There's like software engineers, there's environmental engineers like what you do, Sister Anna. So
Yeah.
it goes to show, there's so many variations, so many types of
Yeah.
engineers. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was even a thing.
Engineering
Environmental
diversity.
engineer. To me, that sounds like, you're building an environment? No.
Yeah. There's like so many aspects
Yeah.
of engineering.
So what inspired you to become an environmental engineer?
What inspired me was a class I took in high school. My teacher was so great, and I already saw like how the environment was impacted here in California, like with droughts, with the air quality being bad. So that just pushed me to pursue that in college.
Wow.
You mentioned it was a class.
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing what class it was?
It was AP or Advanced Placement Environmental Science.
Okay.
So,
I
Okay.
see.
yeah.
I see. So is that like, because I don't know, I'm not very big science person. I was never really good at like any science classes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
being honest, I barely passed chemistry. It wasn't very good biology.
It's okay. This has
So
nothing
is
to do
that
with
like
chemistry. It's okay.
how like dependent are you on your skills of like biology, chemistry, or you do not really tap into that?
It's pretty much every single day of my
Okay.
job. Like lots of chemistry, lots of physics.
Physics too.
physics.
That's tough for me.
Yeah.
I'm not a big science person. Never
Yeah, me
was.
neither. Clearly.
Yeah, but
That's
it-
interesting though, and I
yeah.
almost envy that because I wish I could be good at science. I feel like to be able to have the knowledge of like the natural world, you know, and be able to understand like the different things that go on and the different environments, you know, I think it would be
Yeah.
interesting to know. Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you describe like your typical work day then?
Okay, my day to day. So I'm fully remote, right? So sometimes every day is different for me. I support the mobile source program, so I manage inventories for our clients of like any pieces of equipment like forklifts. I think there's a slide there.
Yeah,
Okay, so there's
more
a river,
pictures.
but I believe if you go
Yeah.
forward, there's one with the forklift, like she was talking about.
Yeah, it should be the last one.
There we go.
And
So you drive that?
no, I do not operate.
I was gonna say cool ride.
Can I get it right?
I help manage those. So whenever a client needs to update their inventory with the state, then I'll be the one to help them do that.
I see.
And then also just a lot of calculations, lots of spreadsheets.
I see.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of math involved.
Yes.
Okay, so what we have here,
I
what we
cannot
have
do
here
what
is what we
Susanna
call a woman in STEM. So for those of us who don't know, STEM is gonna be science, technology, engineering, and math. So
Mathematics.
her career clearly involves a little
All
bit
of
of all
them.
of that. Yeah. So prime example right here, Sister Anna.
Yeah. And you mentioned the different clients you guys have, your company. They're all based in
Yes.
Irvine? Or
No,
it's all
they're
over?
they're like all over California.
Okay, right. Oh, but you're based in Irvine, right?
yes,
That's what it
based
was.
in
Okay,
Irvine.
okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice. And then since you did provide us a lot of photos to look at, can you explain to us maybe like one of the projects that you've worked on recently?
Oh yeah. Let's see. We can go to. I'm like excited to talk about one of them. Maybe the one with the lake.
The lake? Okay.
Or the lake. It's like a
It
puddle
looked like a
made
pond,
by.
but yeah, more
Yeah,
like-
my.
A mini lake.
So one part of my job is doing stormwater sampling around Irvine. So whenever it rains, we go to different construction sites and just sample the water that's going into storm drains. And storm drains go straight to the ocean. So whenever it rains, the rain will capture like all of the stuff that's on the building site. So like concrete, asphalt, other materials, and that will leach into the ocean. So we sample that water, and if it exceeds a certain threshold, we'll tell the construction people like, hey, you need to do something about this because you're emitting pollution into the water. And so you'll see like same day results. They'll come to the site, fix it, and then it'll be okay at
So
the end of the
is-
day.
You correct me if I'm wrong. Are you like
Yes.
testing like the pH level?
Yeah,
I learned stuff from science
Yeah,
class.
that
okay.
was really
I-
good, Nate.
I mean, I go to Cal State Long Beach. I had this
Yes.
I had this like chemistry class, and we had to test the pH levels in a koi pond at our
Oh,
campus.
that's
that is
cool.
cool.
Yeah, so I remember this lab specifically. I had it in mind, but I was waiting for you to finish speaking, but Nate beat
Yeah.
me to it.
yeah.
That's cool though. Interesting.
So
Very
do you yourself actually go out there and like test the water, or you just kind
Yes.
of? Oh, that's so cool.
Was that you in
Yeah.
that picture? or
No,
was it-
that was
oh.
my
I was gonna
coworker.
say.
So
Okay.
we literally get buckets and go into a standpipe and then gather the water and measure it on site.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
let's
like
have like a
fun.
little educational moment right here. So the pH, what we mentioned earlier, it's a scale, right? Like water, there's like
Acidity.
base, and then like there's acidity.
Yes.
So there's like it's like if I again correct me if I'm wrong. It's like a scale of like 1 to 14.
Yes.
that? Wow.
Okay.
Like 1 to 7 is like base.
No.
No,
No.
Acid.
Acidity.
Yes.
Acidity. Yeah, acidity.
Yes.
And then 7 to 14 is base or like
Yes.
more water.
I think it might. Yeah. Because 7 is neutral, right? 7.5.
See, this is why I'm not an environmental engineer because I can't
Well,
even tell the difference. between-
you're doing
you
pretty
remember
well.
a lot, though.
That's all I
like,
remember. That's all I
I don't
from science
remember
class.
the other word. I just know acidity.
So when you're testing for this,
Yes.
like, what is the preferred pH level? Is that the term we use?
Yeah. I believe it should be regular, like 7.
So,
Oh.
like right in the middle
Yeah.
of the scale.
'Cause if
That's
it's-
preferred,
If it's too high, then it's too basic.
too basic, and
Yeah.
it's too low, it's too acidic.
So 6, 7
Yeah.
is kind of too.
Acidic water.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. So there you go. For those of us who didn't know what the pH base or the pH level was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
now we do.
All right. So I think we're going to wrap up this segment and go ahead and transition into our main discussion. But before we do, I think we were going to read a few comments on our live chat. Let's see if we can find some.
So while we're looking for comments, going back to, I guess, your career and the exact roles and responsibilities you do for this specific project that you were talking about, where you're testing the lake. What was your exact position in that project? Like, because you mentioned
Yeah.
that wasn't you testing the water.
Yeah.
It was your coworker. What was your role?
My role, well, we're all split up into teams. I was just a regular team member, so I will go out with my partner, and we'll usually trade off tasks. So sometimes I'm the one getting the water,
Oh, so sorry.
and yeah, and then we have to get your pH meter, and then you have to get your turbidity meter. So
What
you
is
just
that?
like
Turbidity.
turbidity is basically how like cloudy the water is. So like any soil, like loose soil, if it's too high, then there's too much runoff. They need to put like a sandbag or something to prevent the soil from getting into the water.
To the water. Oh.
But yeah, so there's 2 things we measure, and then we just put it on the report and send that to our client.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Cool.
Nice. All right. Well, okay. So I kind of more curious on your pathway to getting to this career. So you said it's all started with a college class or AP environmental. So isn't that high?
Yes.
Is that high school or?
Yeah, that was high
Okay,
school.
high school. So it started all the way in high school,
Oh, shit.
and then you
Yeah.
went into college focusing on that specific major. I'm
Yes.
guessing?
Yeah.
Okay. What school did you attend?
I went to University of California, Riverside.
UCR.
Okay. Shout out to UCR.
Yeah.
Not sponsored though. Um, that's so cool. So, and then what year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2022.
Okay, so that's fairly recent. That's like 3
Yes,
years. So
very recent.
So after college, were you able to easily find a career, or was there like a different job in the field that you started with?
I took a break after college. I felt that I needed a break. So I ended up finding my job almost a full year after I graduated.
Okay.
But the whole interview process of job searching started like October 2022, and then I landed my job in May. So there was a bunch of positions that I applied for and interviewed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I think that's a good word of advice for those of us who are just finishing college or looking to find their career. Try to not put all your eggs in one basket. Try to
Yes.
branch out,
Yeah.
make different connections with different places. Try your best to kind of let yourself out there. You know, that's a pretty good advice. Thank you, Sister Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, like you mentioned, like sometimes it'll take time, for
Yes.
our, college graduates to find eventually that job that they're looking for. Sometimes it takes, like for you, it took around like 6 months.
Yeah, I'd say it was around 6
Other times it
months.
takes like more to a year. So, another, I guess, piece of advice would basically, don't be discouraged. It's all part of the process, right? You'll
Yeah.
eventually find the job that's right for you.
Yep.
Just like you did,
Yeah.
you find a job that you're pretty good at.
Yeah, because once you're done with school, you have your whole life ahead of you to find that
Yes.
job. And actually, let's extend this to our viewers. If any of us out there who are either environmental engineers or just finishing up their degree, looking for careers, please share in the comments. Let us know. Maybe we'll feature you in our next career spotlight.
Career spotlight, yeah. But going back to the different projects you've had as an
Yes.
environmental engineer. So, what do you remember your first, like when you first started, your first ever project, like your first ever
Oh.
on-site project where you had to test stuff?
I think the stormwater sampling was my first on-site. Oh, no, actually, I went out into the desert to one of our facilities. It was like maybe in 90 to 100 degree weather. And we were just taking an inventory of these refrigerant units. So like when a car undergoes repairs and they have to drain the refrigerant that makes their AC go. And so like literally every piece of equipment that you can think of is regulated. So just a refrigerant recovery unit for cars is also regulated by like
Wow.
federal and state. So
That's crazy. So the
Yeah.
thing that gives us AC in our cars
yes,
is tested by Sister Anna. So now every time you turn on your AC in your car, just think of
Thanks,
Just-
Sister Anna.
basic-
Thanks for
thank you-
regulating my
Thank you
AC,
for
Sister
regulating
Anna.
our AC.
That's interesting though, because yeah, you know, the other project you mentioned, you were like in a rainy environment, like very green, and then other times they'll
Yes.
send you to like the desert where it's like
That's so
Yep.
cool.
90 to 100 degrees. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure it's like kind of hard to deal with, you know, like the different variations in weather, but I'm sure
Yeah.
it's at least
So
interesting.
would you
right?
say
No,
your
Yeah.
career
it's
is
so
lots of
fun.
fun then?
it is so fun. Stormwater sampling. I feel like I'm just playing in the rain.
In the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like that's an important thing though for people's careers is that you really enjoy it and it's not just a job to you, right? Like you
Yeah.
feel like you're helping others, you feel like you're making a difference and still enjoying yourself while doing so.
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we've been talking about your different projects, your different on-sites, and we saw a little bit of it earlier. But like, in terms of the equipment you use and like the apparel,
Oh yeah.
the things you have to bring with you to the field, could you maybe walk us through that? Like, what do you, the different, I guess, your everyday carry? I think that's what they call it. for when
Sure.
you go onto to
Okay.
the sites, yeah.
Sure. So here's one.
Okay, okay. We got
Um,
hard hat is what's it called?
Yes,
Hard hat,
this is a hard hat. So safety is always key whenever you're going out into the field. Like we have giant reports about how to prevent injury whenever you go out. So a hard hat is one of them. Like if you're on a construction site doing an inspection, always having a hard hat. And then also just safety goggles.
Safety goggles.
And I don't have them with me, but always having steel-toed boots as well. Those will protect you from any like electric shock and also just protect your feet if something falls on like in that area.
Yeah.
So-
it's good to always have like the proper safety equipment
Yeah.
for jobs like that.
Yeah, it's officially it's called personal protection equipment. so PPE.
PPEs. Yes, I've heard
Yeah.
of those too.
I have not, but it's good to know that that's a thing.
In
Interesting.
chemistry, they make you put on gloves, they make you put on your apron, or not the apron, like the,
Lab coat.
there
yeah.
you go, lab coat, and then your goggles. Like
Yes.
That's PPE.
Yep.
And then here we have a few comments. Let's check that out. So we have Sister Jenica who said, Brother Nate shows that he cares about the environment by never wasting food.
It's true. Don't waste
She
food.
said hashtag, her and Brother Andrew said hashtag sustainable.
It's true. Don't waste food, because then you're gonna ruin the pH level of the environment. You don't want that. See? So
See, it's all coming together.
think of this as my application to your company, Sister Anna.
Sure.
I know Brother Nate recently finished college too, so.
I did.
Yeah.
This is good advice for me. Yeah.
There you go.
Taking it all in.
And then Sister Anna, for anyone who's listening and looking to start start their path into this field, what would be a word of advice that you have for them?
Okay, so I'd say if you're like a middle schooler, a high schooler that's thinking about becoming an engineer, I would say join like your school's science club. I did science Olympiad in 6th grade and middle school, and that was really fun. Science Olympiad is like it's a club where you can trained to do certain events. So it's like literally like the Olympics, but for science, where you can build something, you can learn how to just instruct people, and it's a really good experience. So if you're younger, I encourage you to do that because it'll grow your passion in science, and that passion will really carry you through the very difficult engineering classes in college.
It really is interesting.
Yeah.
I've taken a STEM class before. They're really fun. There's
Yeah.
a lot of hands-on activity there.
Yes.
So, and I feel like it's a lot more of a fun instructional mode rather than just lectures and lectures and lectures.
Yeah, the hands-on aspect is really important.
And you know what? For kids who are like me who didn't do good in science, don't worry. There's hope for you still
Elsewhere.
elsewhere.
There's other there is a very wide spectrum of like careers out there, especially in college.
Yes.
Your paths are so much more diverse. You have so many more open doors to choose from. So yeah,
But anyway, that does
kind of like
wrap up our
Yeah.
discussion today. But thank you so much, Sister Anna, for joining us today. But before we end, we do have a few upcoming district activities that we wanted to highlight. So this weekend, we have a casting call in Anaheim and in Montclair for our upcoming, I believe it's our musical EVM that's
believe
happening
so, yes.
later this year. So very exciting. So I think they're looking for different talents for dancing, for singing, for hosting, for emceeing. So if you're interested, brethren, please reach out to your local CFO officers and they can give you more details.
there we go. And before we give our special thanks, would you like to give any shout outs today, Sister Anna?
Yes, I do have a lot. So, shout out to the local congregations of Garden Grove, Riverside. Shout out to Brother RJ from Lakewood. Shout out to my aunts and kuyas in SGV, and shout out to my parents in Riverside.
Yay!
So, love you all.
Aw.
And then Brother Nathan, what about you?
Shout out to Sister Anna for teaching us all about
Yeah, shout out to
PH
Sister
and
Anna.
Turbidity.
turbidity.
Turbidity. Shout out to Sister Maijel Puntalan from Anaheim. She's also in environmental engineering.
Oh.
Nice.
She
Very
just
cool.
graduated. I'm so proud of you. All right, so that wraps up our show. And then let's go ahead and give our special thanks, as always, to our Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Irano V. Manalo, our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Wally Tarai, our Station Manager, Brother Hansel F. De Dios, our District Minister, Brother Joel Narciso, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Andres Nicolas Jr., our District CFO Overseer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya, our executive producer, and last but not least, as always, our INCRadio Kuya Tex. Thank you so much for always in organizing our show for us and helping us with all of our technical aspects. Thank you so much. Shout out to you because you're also in STEM in a way. All right, so thank you so much once again, and please, everybody, let's go ahead and stay tuned for our the rest of our INC Radio broadcasts.